How about po if 10 years regular na po sa isang BPO company? Then, dun po sa isang account na nilipatan niya, ay di na po siya nakapasa sa mga KPIs. Pwede na po ba siya matanggal sa work?
Now, different na po ang scenario once the employee is already regular. And if the employee is not meeting the performance standards, the expectation, the KPI of the employer, hindi po pwedeng gawin yung ginawa doon sa probationary employee, no? Kailangan mas mahaba ang pasensya ng employer. Why? Because regular na si employee. The employee has proven that he is really qualified, no? He has really met all the standards before. Now, bumabagsak na nga yung kanyang performance. So, kailangan po ng due process, no? And kailangan bigyan ng several opportunities si employee to improve. Why? Because he's already regular. By the way, no, if you will read the labor code, the grounds that were enumerated there for the valid termination of employment, wala pong nakalagay dyan about performance. So as a general rule, when an employee is performing poorly or not in accordance with expectations, no, it is not a valid ground for dismissal. Kailangan po talaga yung non-performance or yung poor performance ng employee has to be really serious. And kahit nabigyan mo na ng several chances, hindi talaga nag-i-improve. Dapat po mapatunayan natin through substantial evidence para po valid yung dismissal ng isang employee, no? And after due process, after hearing the explanation and the defense of the employer has to prove that the employee is guilty of gross and habitual neglect of duty. Why? Because that is what is provided in the labor code. Not poor performance, it must be gross and habitual neglect of duty. Now, there's another ground that you can use, which is analogous just cause, no? And according to the Supreme Court, this is called gross inefficiency, no? Now, this should be based on certain standards, no? Written standards of performance to determine whether the employee is performing efficiently or grossly inefficient. Yan po yung criteria na sinabi ng Supreme Court. And for that to be determined, no, it takes time. There has to be several evaluation period. There has to be several chances given to the regular employee. And only when it is proven, it is established that the employee, after being given several opportunities, several evaluations, several appraisal, the employee is not really improving, then that's the only time that the dismissal would be valid and lawful.